Welcome to Becoming a Writer podcast, a space where we write freely, write fearlessly, and write forever. I am Rubina Gauri Gomes, and as your writer friend, I want to give you the love, support, and encouragement to realize, become, and stay a writer for life. If that is what you need in your current writing phase, please give this podcast a follow. I would also request that you leave a review so that other fellow writers can find this podcast as well. You can also send me your suggestions and questions through the form in the description and help us grow together. You can find more about our conversation and your free Writer's Mental Toolbox PDF at rubinagomes.substack.com. Now please grab a cup of your favorite drink and let's have a quick chat. Hello my writer friends, Rubina here. For our 31st conversation, we are going to talk about creative gods having a different plan for our writing journey. But before we do that, I need to tell you that I'm taking the whole month of December a break. I will be stuck in cake flour and Christmas sprinkles up to my nose, so I won't be able to come here to chat with you. But don't worry, I'll be back on 11th Jan 2025. Now back to our conversation. Tell me, have you ever been in a phase where you want to write your book, but it seems that the whole world is conspiring against you? As in sudden errands, unskippable responsibilities, ill health and other experiences like such will do their best to keep you from writing. Or even if they do allow you to write, there's this small asterisk on it with terms and conditions applied. Or are you forcing yourself to create content when you want nothing to do with it? I know this feeling very well, of being pulled in a million directions at the same time, and it is not the direction you want to go in. It will frustrate you, irritate you, and sometimes even break your heart. But here's the lesson I'm learning. Whether you like it or not, realize it or not, accept it or not, it is happening for a reason. I know, that sounds cliched. So I will use myself as an example to explain why it is true. The first 3 months I tried writing my first novel, I was crying every single day. It was so hard to write. I didn't know what was going wrong, but I couldn't simply put words on paper explaining the story I was seeing in my mind. I questioned myself and my choice of profession, and I scolded the creative gods for giving me the writing dream if I wasn't meant to write. I was so hurt that I set my notebook aside and used Google to learn how to write a novel. When I started my writing journey in 2014, I wanted to write crime fiction. But as I researched and learnt about it, I realized two things. One, I have a winding, treacherous road ahead when it comes to learning how to write the kind of novels I know I will be capable of writing. And second, I'll need an audience to sell my books to. So I shifted my focus to building an audience. And the best way to do it is to write non-fiction. Writing essays or creating podcast episodes was never in my plan back then, but the creative gods knew what I needed and had a different plan for me. Having decided to write online, my only goal was to find readers who would be interested in reading my work, but the creative gods sniggered at my goal. In the process of writing and publishing essays online at least once a week, the creative gods trained me to become the writer whose second nature became writing. They got me into the habit of writing consistently and therefore find my writing process as well. Now when I do work on my novel, which is not often unfortunately, it goes like a hot knife on a block of butter. It's that smooth. Now while that was happening, the creative gods were also working hand in hand with the soul gods. Their plan was, while I was figuring out myself as a writer, to upgrade myself as a human as well. They used words in all shapes and forms, the written, the spoken, the read, and the act of writing, to help me heal myself and understand myself as a human as well. Add to that life experiences like coming face to face with childhood traumas, death of loved ones, a global pandemic, and reuniting with my inner child. And now I don't recognize the girl I was in 2014. This evolution of my human self was necessary to create a fertile soil for my writer self to grow. I didn't know about this, but the creative gods did, and therefore took me down that path. After a couple of years of writing online, the creative gods dropped me a surprise. "You can finally write a book," they said. "Really?" I asked, excited. "Yes," they replied. "A non-fiction book." "A non-fiction book?" I asked, confused. "Yes, look," they said and showed me. And surely enough, in the essays I have been writing, I found a seed for a book. Long story short, I got excited about it and got to work. Last year, I published that book. But wait, the creative gods said, there's more. And again, surely enough, there was more. I won't get into the details, but I'm working on a non-fiction series for you, my writer friend. Again, I had no plans to write non-fiction for writers, but that's what I am doing now and helping my writer friends. But what about your novels, you ask? Well, they are happening as well, because the creative gods keep dropping novel ideas in my conscious mind. Over these last 10 years, I am starting to see and understand what they are trying to show me. So writing novels is in the cards, just not at this moment, and I have to be okay with that. But why am I telling you all this? The point is that you can't see the whole path of your writing journey, but the creative gods can. They know what you need to be who you deserve to be and achieve your writing dreams. So the detours, setbacks and failures you experience are guiding you through the lessons, skills and healing you need to prepare yourself for your future self. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to stay patient and consciously learn your way through it all. You may not get what your ego mind wants, but you will definitely get what the creative gods know your soul needs on your writing journey. What are your thoughts on this? Are you also facing delays in your writing journey, or do you think a higher power is at play here? Do you even believe a higher power is guiding you? Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section on Substack and YouTube. Well, that's it for today. Next time we meet, we'll talk about why you don't need more writing advice. You need more writing action. Until then, keep writing, my friend. Thank you for catching up with me today. I hope you found some inspiration to help you write freely, write fearlessly, and write forever. If you enjoyed this episode, please follow my podcast and leave a review. You can also send me your suggestions and questions to the form in the description and help us grow together. You can find more about our conversations and your free Writer's Mental Toolbox PDF at rubinagomes.substack.com. With that, I'll see you later.